Hey guys, it's Lexi. So this week I'm going to be talking about what it's like to come out at work. I recently got a new job and I decided to come out to everyone there because at my last job I was not out and it wasn't really a good situation for me. So I just thought it'd be easier this time around to just be like fully out. So basically how I went about it is I told my boss when I was first getting hired, and I had her explain it to people because I thought that would be easiest because she knew them. I didn't know them quite yet. And everyone there has been really receptive. They've been really nice and supportive of it. But the thing is, a lot of them don't really know what transgender is. This brings me to an important thing to consider, which is I am these people's first experience with a trans person, which is important because I want to say the right things and do the right things so that they have the right knowledge about it when they meet future trans people. And I'm still trying to figure out the things to do as far as like explaining it and articulating my thoughts in a way that they can understand. But so far, no one said anything negative. It's generally been very positive. The one thing I do want to mention is I'm not really sure how to exactly explain what it is without it just being about physical things, because I tell people, oh, I'm transitioning to become male, and their first thought is, oh, like, so you're gonna have a dick or something like that. And I don't want them to think it's just physical, and I'm not really sure how to articulate it any other way that would make sense, because at my job I only ever spend like a few minutes with people at a time because we're all doing our own thing, so it's hard, like you can't really have a sit-down conversation to explain the difference between sex and gender. So I'm just wondering if anyone out there has had experience with this and would know a good way of explaining it. You think me being in gender studies I'd have a way of like describing this, but I just like have no idea. And so I guess I'll talk about some experiences that I've been having. First off, no one calls me he yet. Everyone still refers to me as she, which is something that's really starting to get on my nerves. And I know I should be correcting people, but sometimes it's really awkward to jump into a conversation and be like, oh hey, no, it's he. But I'm not really sure how to go about doing that. But it's really frustrating because it's like, I've just met you and you already think you know you have the words to describe me. Like, I can understand my parents and my family and my friends struggling because they've known me for a very long time, and it's a hard thing to switch over to, but these people, like, you just met me, I need you to call me he. Like, it's not something that I'm going to be like lenient about. But other than that, things have been positive. Like, I noticed they try to use words that are like more masculine to describe me. Like when I walk in, they'll be like, hey man, or hey dude, what's up? Which is really nice. Like, I really like that they do that. And when they accidentally call me girl, like hey girl, they always correct themselves, which is also really nice. Like, I know that they understand and they've been told, but the pronouns are still an issue. And I was wondering if anyone else had to deal with this, if they knew good ways of combating this or reinforcing what you want to be called. On one occasion, as far as the pronouns thing goes, this one guy apologized for calling me girl and for calling me she, but he used the excuse, oh, well, I don't really see you like that, like a he, so I'm going to call you she. And I don't think he realized how offensive that was, and I'm really struggling with this because I know that everyone else sees me as a she, and that's why they call me she. And it's getting more and more frustrating every time I hear it. So I think I need to speak up soon at work before like I get seriously angry at someone and start yelling at someone. But I'm not sure. I don't know if I should talk to my boss about it or correct in individual circumstances or ask to have like a meeting. It's just like really awkward. I don't mind explaining my story. I actually really like talking about it, but the pronouns are such a big issue for me. I found it helpful coming out at work to like come out to my boss first, and if it's safe in wherever you live, and sort of discuss it with them in ways to go about telling other people if you want to come out. That's what helped with me. I'm still working on getting people to realize how they're acting towards me and interacting with me, which is sort of like the source of my negative experience there, because otherwise they've been really supportive. But it's certain things that they do when they act towards me that makes me feel like they still think of me as a she. But yeah, those have been my experiences so far. I'll probably update later on in a few weeks, I don't know, once I get a handle on the situation. Let me know if you have similar experiences or different or completely terrible ones or really awesome ones. I would love to hear them and talk about them. And yeah, like, subscribe if you like the video, if this is helpful at all, and I'll talk to you next week.